Hello and welcome to another episode of Reciting Chaos, the show where we talk to fans and bands about their live experiences from the pit to the stage. With me, as always, is my co-host Nick.
Hey, what's up, friend?
I'm, of course, Josh. And with us today is Ken, the guitarist? Drummer? He plays so many instruments, it's hard for me.
Play a lot. So it's hard to keep track.
I can't. Listen, that's not my job. I just listen to the music. So.
And what was the band?
I survived the Fallacy.
Awesome name. How long have you been in your band?
Just a couple months now. We just locked down our almost final member.
Nice.
We have an EP that's being mixed and mastered right now. It's probably going to come out towards the end of the year.
Awesome.
Hopefully shows before that.
That year being 2025, just so we're clear.
Yes.
So let's backtrack a little bit. So before you were even in the band, let's go back to where did your taste in music, originally come from?
That's actually a hilarious question. The first artist that I actually got into when I was a kid, that was my own music, was Eminem.
Of course.
Oh, that's
Josh already knows.
You just like what you like what you made.
What?
I think you came off of your own music.
I think you misunderstood what you were saying.
You
had said that you were interested in your own music. It was a weird sentence.
Oh no, I mean like when I was old enough to have my own music taste.
Oh, I was like, when you were playing music, you're like,
No,
that sounds good. I mean,
So when I was old enough to have my own music taste, the first thing that I really got into was Eminem.
The closest thing to your parents' music, which I'm sure was classic rock.
Yeah. Well, no, the closest thing would probably be what came next, which was Linkin Park, I guess, because My Chemical Romance was after that. And I think that's a little far away from what my parents would listen to. Linkin Park would probably be a lot closer. But it was an interesting streamline from Eminem to Linkin Park to My Chemical Romance to everything else that I started listening to. And
At what point in that triad there, since you named three bands, did you start playing?
Actually, I think I started playing music a little bit before that, because I'm pretty sure that I started around third or fourth grade, and it was probably towards the end of fourth grade, maybe fifth grade, where I started to listen to Eminem and stuff. So yeah, but that was just concert bands, and I was just playing a single snare drum. So it was
you weren't the point you were trying to emulate these bands. Or...
I wasn't.
The end of fourth grade.
I was just.
You weren't a virtuoso.
No.
What about your first concert? Do you remember that? And I don't mean the one you performed at with the single snare.
The first concert that I performed at or that I went to?
Went to is what I meant.
But not part of the march.
Went to is what I meant.
Oh, went to?
Yes. Went to is what I meant.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure the first one that I went to was Linkin Park. And
yeah, I got the chance to see Chester.
I have the poster on my wall with the ticket. Yeah, it was amazing.
And Chris Cornell? All right, now I'm upset.
So Chris Cornell came out and played Crawling with them. I'm pretty sure Chester came out and sung a song with
probably Spoon Man or something.
Band. I forget which song.
All the time.
They definitely
Black Hole song.
I mean, we're family. I had never done that.
Yeah. Well, it gets crazier because so the show was obviously long because it was Linkin Park, but the other thing is that the Street Drum Corps was on tour with that for this. And the Street Drum Corps played an intro for the beginning of Linkin Park set and for 2 or 3 other songs throughout the set, which was awesome because that was what I was at that point. I wasn't even really playing the drum set like that yet. I was just playing the snare drum concert.
Inspiration for it.
Yeah, exactly. So seeing that up there was just oh my God, doing what I'm doing now is something that could actually get me all the way up there. And the show ended, and when everyone was about to walk out, I went with my best fucking friend at the time, Will Thom. His dad was the reason that we went. His dad got the tickets, ended up helping me get a ticket, and we all went. And his dad said, no, don't leave yet. They're going to play more. I know it. And of course, I was a kid and it was my first show. I didn't really understand the concept of an encore, but Linkin Park didn't really do a very good job of showing me what that concept was because their encore was 3 songs. And then they came back out again for another encore after that. They played the song We Made It that they wrote with Busta Rhymes that year that was on tour.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to see, man. Because
you don't get to see that stuff very often. Yeah, you get to see it the year that it's made if you go and see it, and then you'll never see it again. And so
was Busta Rhymes there?
Yes, Busta Rhymes was on tour. Yes, so he played the song with them. That was the whole point. Yeah. And then they went off stage and everyone started like leaving again. And we still stayed hanging out. And you just see this guy run from one side of the stage to the other. And he grabs this riser and pulls it all the way out to the middle of the stage and anchors it down. And I'm just like, all right, maybe he is onto something, you know, like there is still going to be more, but there's already been so much more. Like, what the fuck else are they going to do? And, you know, someone comes out to the riser that was locked down, pulls the cover off of it, and it's a drum set. The drummer sits down, plays a fucking like 3 or 4 minute drum solo. They went in to bleed it out. And then in the middle of bleed it out, the street drum corps came out and played a drum solo with the drummer.
Holy shit.
And then they finished the song. And that was the end of the show. And it was that moment that I was like, that's what I want to fucking do with my life. That's where I want to fucking be.
Yeah. It's extremely inspiring.
Insane.
Not just from a band's perspective. The marching band comes out with the bands. You got a rap artist out with the bands. Like, it was just an incredible experience overall.
It's a crazy string from one to the next that brought me.
So then my next question is, how disappointing is every show after that? Nothing lives up to that, really.
Live up to it, especially because it was prime Linkin Park. It was when they had just put out Minutes to Midnight. They didn't have, or the newest thing that they actually had out was the Busta Rhymes song, but it was like less than a year after Minutes to Midnight. So everything that they played,
albums, I mean, if you're one, but like,
all the good stuff from the first three albums, it was like fucking magic, dude. They actually had a thing where you could buy a blank CD from them, and they gave you a code where you could download the audio for the concert. I fucking got that shit. Yeah,
that's
awesome.
Pretty great.
Have you ever gone to see him again since without Chester?
No, I haven't seen them a single time since.
No. I don't know if I would.
Me either.
I mean, if they were there for something else I wanted to see, I may, but it's not quite the same without him.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that's an incredible experience to try and follow up, but if there was another concert that ever at least somewhat lived up to the hype of you still going for these live shows, what would it be?
Any wild stories?
Well, this one, I think I'm going to, just pick kind of a wild story. And it's funny, too, because I'm not really a fan of the Devil Wears Prada, but I went to the Zombie tour, or the Zombie EP tour, with my old roommate, Nick Phillips, who we played in the band with before and everything. And I went just because he wanted to go. Like I said, I didn't really like them, but I was like, fuck it. Like, it's a show. It's his birthday. We're going to have a good time either way. Like, let's do it. And so at one point while they were playing, we were just like, we know if we get split up, we'll just meet back up outside. So it's not a big deal if we get split up. So we're going hard. We get split up. And when I realized that I can't see him from just looking around, I'm like, all right, he's gone. It's time for me to just fucking crowd surf and have like some like balls off.
Time to have fun.
So I get these guys to throw me up there, right? And I was like all the way on the right side, and they started pushing me towards the center, and they're just pushing me towards the center straight across instead of towards the front. And as I'm getting thrown that direction, I realized that someone else had been thrown up from the other side of the crowd and was right towards me, right? And I started thinking, oh, fuck, what's going to happen right now? Like, am I going to collide with this person? Are we going to fucking crumble under the weight of, like, or are the people under us going to crumble under our weight and we're all going to fall down? Like, what's going to happen? And the craziest shit happened because I saw him get thrown and he landed and I got thrown right next to him. And when I fucking landed, it was my fucking boy, Nick. We fucking graduated to lock together for a second and then threw us in opposite directions again. It was so fucking good, dude.
It was the other crowd.
Yes,
that's incredible.
it was so fucking epic. Like I couldn't
Complete
you couldn't get the perfect happen again if you tried.
Couldn't plan it better.
Yeah, that shit was brbeautiful.
They linked you back up.
They knew. They knew that you guys were
We're there. We got split apart, that we had to come back together.
Brother, I'm here.
It only would have been better if we would have known beforehand and like forcibly get over there, but just kind of being thrown together and not knowing until that moment just kind of made it that little bit more magical,
Have you done a lot of crowd surfing? Was that like the first time, or was that?
Definitely not the first time. I've done quite a bit. I've also saved a couple lives from, like smashing their head in on the ground by like inches by catching them with someone else.
That's always fun.
I remember actually the first time that I went to Warped Tour.
What year?
It was like maybe 2009 or 10.
Okay.
One of those. It was a couple years after I had moved away from Gloucester, which is my original hometown. And I met a couple of people from Gloucester at the show that I hadn't seen in years. And one of the people that I met was actually one of the people who I saved a girl's life while crowd surfing.
Oh, nice.
She went She was spinning.
So you was taking a head dive?
Yeah, she was head diving straight towards the ground, and me and him caught her like inches from the ground. Yeah, it was wild.
That's always good.
But I've seen other fun shit too. Like I saw the first time Jeremy McKinnon got in the little hamster ball and went out on the Jeremy McKinnon from A Day to Remember. First time he ever did it, I was at the show, and it was wild. I low key think that they were dubbing over his voice because he was doing a little bit too good of a job in the bubble.
Didn't sound echoey at all.
Like it just didn't sound like he was getting thrown around. Like he was hitting it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know.
So how does this sound perfect while you're getting punched?
Well, you know, have you ever seen the video about Pink? About how she learned to fucking sing while doing the acrobatics and shit? She had someone literally standing on her stomach while she was singing.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. So, like, that's possible. Do I think it was a hit thing that was possible for him back then? Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but unlikely.
Yeah.
Probably easy to just...
I was there for one of the ones at Warped Tour when We Came as Romans did the fucking... You gotta fucking... They threw a raft out onto the crowd, and the singer jumped onto the raft, and they said that they needed us to get him around the sound booth in the back of the crowd and back up to the stage before the part in the song where he had to sing. Oh. And we got it back there like just in time. It was hilarious. Man was out there with a fucking rope. Like
it's fun. That's fun.
It was fucking beautiful.
Now it would only have been better if they started singing "Come Sail Away."
That would actually be fucking hilarious.
It's great.
I don't feel like the song was very fitting to the situation, but it was just fun either way. It's a good time.
Have you ever gone to like any more like extreme metal shows?
I don't really think so. I feel like probably like the heaviest bands that I've seen are probably like at Warped Tour. Though there were some pretty fucking heavy bands at Warped Tour.
They did have some. Yeah, for sure.
You never gone with us?
I think I have, but it's like
possible.
Yeah, I have, but I wasn't really down there in it because I'm a fucking like old ass man now, and I can't break a leg in the pit. Like, I don't need that. I don't need.
But like, if you were to compare them, like vibes wise, like how would you compare like those crowds of extreme metal versus like the more metalcore vibes
or punk?
I mean, dude,
like how would you like distinguish the scenes?
That actually changed the whole answer to my question. Like the pit etiquette is generally the same. And I've seen local shows where kids are fucking like doing hardcore moshing to dudes playing acoustic guitars. Like I've seen shit like that. So like I've seen basically the entire spectrum of the shit. And like, yeah, the general etiquette is the same. Then the heavier the music, the crazier it usually is in there. They'll do like the wall of death or some shit. But like it generally seems like everyone goes hard in their own different ways. And the number one thing is when someone fucking goes down, you pick them the fuck back up.
Well, yeah.
And everyone seems to be doing that. So.
Well, I think after Randy got in trouble for the one dude dying or person in some Russian country.
What happened?
Remember when Lamb of God, Randy Blythe, he was on trial in, I want to say, Bulgaria, maybe. I'm not correct on the... It was overseas somewhere. It was a Slavic country, I believe. Somebody died in the pit.
Oh.
And they got crushed against the gate, I believe, or the stage, maybe. And
like from people just shoving, like
it was a crowd crush.
Yeah,
and
you know what happens when they open up the pit? They back everyone up.
But they have
crazy to think that.
I'm sure it's happened plenty.
I'm sure it has, but the government tried to basically hold him responsible as the lead singer of the band because he's enticed the crowd and all that stuff. It's not. Crazy. Yeah. No. I get it.
Like, yeah,
I'm not. That's just what happened. Yeah. So now we just kind of recognize that if somebody dies in the pit, it's going to ruin the whole thing. So just kind of like make sure everybody's alive for the most part.
Yeah, but I don't think that was like a turning point for that kind of thing.
Well, I just mean to say, like, I'm not saying turning point. It's more so like. It's one of the major things that I can remember happening.
Well, it's just
especially in metal,
the fact that everybody wants to try and take care of each other.
Yeah,
we don't want
to have a good time. Like that didn't happen because someone wanted it to happen.
Right.
You got to pay attention and watch your fellow man and make sure that something like that doesn't occur.
Exactly.
Like we still want to have fun. Like don't get me wrong. If you go home and you're fucking bruised up, you're bleeding, whatever, as long as you made it home and you're fine the next day, like I mean, by all means, you had a good time.
Exactly.
We just don't want to get to that point that we're like, oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't go to these. That's not our intentions. We want people to go to these shows and have a good time.
Now, Exodus said it best. Just don't be a wimp.
Don't be a wimp.
Just don't be a wimp.
Yeah. I mean, it helps, but
yeah. And I say that as a huge wimp
But also, yeah, again, but that also applies to the person who's trying to be in it versus the person who becomes subjected to what was there when they were not trying to be in it. Also true. So if you're gonna do it, just make sure you're paying attention to the people outside. Like, yeah, if you're all in the pit, you're all fucking each other up. Have a good time. The guy who's off to the side, right outside of the pit,
Maybe not fuck him.
go for blood.
I've been victimized by that. You were there. But
It was probably him by me.
no. I mean, yeah, he's too. He's definitely done it too.
But
But
yeah, mostly in the pit. But
But also, it's, different when you're hassling a friend.
yeah.
yeah, but you just be vigilant, pay attention. These shows are always a good time. People want to feel that pain, that reminder that we are in reality and we are here having a good time.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Just don't let it transcend beyond that. We're not there for blood.
Yeah.
Not in the the real sense. Only metaphorically.
Only the kiss kind.
Yeah, the AC/DC.
AC/DC kind?
Yeah. If you want blood, you got it.
Oh.
I mean, have you ever had like bad experiences at any of these shows where like it almost made you consider whether or not you wanted to still go?
And wasn't with Nick.
Wasn't with me.
No, I think Nick honestly has had a lot worse experiences with it than me.
I've had some bad
He's
ones,
definitely had some bad ones. I was there, but I wasn't part
You
of
were
it.
watching
I was
it?
there. No, I mean, I feel like the worst one. The worst one was at Warped Tour when you were in the thing and your tooth went through your lip. I wasn't even there for that. And like an hour later,
I didn't even know that happened.
Like an hour later, I'm around trying to find this motherfucker, and then someone's like, "Oh, he's at the medical tent," and I go over there. I still can't find his ass. Yeah. And then he ended up just being like, "Bro, they took me to the hospital. Just come here and get me after." I was like,
President. I'm like, I don't fucking know. What year is it? I don't know. Where you at? Work. He was like, you good? Yeah. Should we take this?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you agreed.
I got thrown in the fucking neck brace and I get fucking stitches on my lip.
I think I still have the picture somewhere too of you.
Yeah.
That bracelet, he's like,
Yeah, we're gonna need that for the link done.
Shit. If you like, this is something for just any fan to understand real quick. If you decide go into the pit, if you get hurt, just remember it's your fault.
Always. You went in there.
Don't go in there if you're not willing to accept the consequences. Like, you understand these people are angry. And I'm not saying it's okay for cold blood. Like we're not accepting that. But the thing is it may happen. Sometimes people get in there, they're very violent, angry. If you're going to go in there,
They run and
you
close their eyes.
accept a hidden agreement that you're in for whatever consequences may transpire from the moment you walk in that pit.
And I'll be honest, as soon as I see a Karate Kid, I leave that pit.
yeah, I feel that.
100%.
Yeah, Karate Kids as a whole.
I got.
I'm just saying, it's just about recognizing what you're willing to accept.
Disregarding the Karate Kids.
It's just about what
There's still moments like you're having a sick pit, people are running, somebody falls. Of course, everyone's going to try and help them up. But like, if somebody's running right behind them and they immediately fall in front of them, sometimes it's hard to stop yourself and you might trample that person. Like, you're understanding that that's part of what you're in for. Don't go in there if you're not willing to accept
I mean, I've been stepped on. It happens.
Yeah.
Somebody broke my glasses too.
Yeah.
That was the Slayer mud pit.
There have been things where I couldn't walk the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are always so fun.
No, it is. But
So much fun.
It's
It's just so much fun.
like, I don't want people sitting here going in thinking, oh, we'll have a great time. And then like, no, they get fucked up. Like, this can happen. Understand and accept it. If you're not willing to deal with the pain, don't go in.
Yeah. Also, I have another experience with a friend where I took him to, like, I guess his first metal concert. It was Sum 41, dude. It
Did
was
you just say metal and then Sum 41 afterwards?
Yeah, that's why I said metal.
See the air quotes, my guy.
They were air quotes. They were air quotes.
Yeah, nobody's seeing the air quotes.
He is the one that said metal. Okay, like, but to be fair, this was when Sum 41 had just put out the album that was really heavy when they started making like the more like hardcore-ish sound.
Yeah.
So he had a right to ask me like the rules of the pit.
Well, yeah.
And-
we can't just expect everybody to know what is metal, what's not.
Yeah,
Some people just go, oh, that sounds heavy.
but he knew it was going to go down. So he had just been starting to get into that whole like sound of music too. So imagine like a preppy, like 6'5", muscular ass dude, like super pretty boy type, and he's just getting into like the metal and punk scene, and you're taking it to the first show. I gave him the basic rules, I was like, listen, the only real rule
Get in there,
is
fucking up.
like, yeah, if someone falls down, you pick them back up. Otherwise, you're just fucking around, pushing each other around, and like, it's all in good fun. Just don't fucking like target someone or like attack someone just because you can. Like,
No full punches to the face.
and so,
make sure that's like your pit butt.
and
Like,
yeah,
it's where you lock eyes and you're like,
I'm gonna fuck you up.
my hands, but
You fuck me up. I'm gonna fuck
me and
you
you,
up.
right? And you just go at it.
I also had to mention though that like since like I said, this guy is like a 6'5" muscly ass dude. He is automatically a target for them.
Oh, right.
There's gonna be people that are gonna possibly be targeting him. So I also had to mention, like, yeah, if you're one of those bigger people, like
They
there
know they
might-
can hit you and not.
yeah, there might be some little smaller guy out there that thinks that they can hit you and that you're either not gonna hit them back or that you could just take the hit and not care or something like that. Yeah, so
Don't let them do that.
in that case, I told him, yeah, if someone purposely is targeting you and you can tell, yeah, dude, just push them down. You're probably going to be bigger than them anyway, but like push them down and let them know, like, don't fucking do that, bro.
Yeah.
And like,
Worst case scenario, sometimes I'll run in there looking for that big guy just to get chucked.
yeah, and you know what? That's
Yeah, but
fine
you
too.
usually lock eyes with that guy.
Like, if there's just a big guy standing on the side of the fucking pit and he's just relaxing, like watching the show, and some dude comes out of the fucking pit targeting him and just like fucking jumps and like hits him or some shit, like hits him with a spin kick, that kind of shit. Like, that's targeting. That's clearly targeting. If you're going in and you're looking and you see the big dude in there and he's busting everyone around and you're like, I want a piece of that, like, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
That's a whole different story.
That's very true. No, like, have you ever got fucked up in the pit?
Yeah, what's the worst you've ever been fucked up? Because
And I hope it's not both by me.
I do. Because that makes for
Honestly, I haven't really gotten that fucked up. Like,
no broken bones.
no broken bones. Like, I mean, I've gotten kicked in the head quite a few times from the crowd service. When you're just going in
No,
and you don't realize the people in front of you looking behind you with that shocked look because someone's flying towards you,
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, you just fucking foot to the head real fucking hard. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of those, and that gives me like a fucking headache for the rest of the show.
That's called a concussion.
Yeah,
from what
I
I'm
was
told.
gonna say like borderline concussion area. Like I wasn't quite that out of it, but like I was fucked. Yeah.
And now, knowing all of that and what you've been through, when you are performing, do you still encourage it?
I mean, absolutely.
That's fucking right.
I want people to go out there and have fun, whether that's fucking jumping around and doing fucking spin kicks or just pushing each other around. That being said, if you're gonna do spin kicks, don't fucking spin kick a person.
Yeah.
Like, you can spin kick and not spin kick a person, Yeah, get your space. Everyone respects their space. Don't be the dickhead spin kick and not respecting space. You get fucked up, that's on you.
So I always kind of felt like going to those, like, it was more of a core thing just in general, more metalcore, deathcore stuff. If you're going to be that kind of person, be flailing arms and legs so much, why not, like, create a separate pit for that? Like, having one main pit where everybody's just pushing and doing their thing, and then you take
That's way too much work.
too much work.
Well, yeah, also,
Well,
the intention is to hit somebody.
It's like you're spinning now, you're just wrecking these people.
See, I have the answer to your question.
Oh?
That's what the pit is. The problem is that most places for shows now, they can't pull a big enough crowd to do like a fucking stadium. So there's just general admission, and general admission is usually standing room and sometimes seating. When you go to an actual show where it's like a big like venue with a lot of seating, the pit's all the way in the front. That's where you go to get fucked up and fuck people up. You know what I mean? If you don't want to go hard like that, you just can get a seat right up there that's pretty close too. And the seat is usually also above the pit, so you don't have to worry about all that either.
Oh, I love
But
watching
yeah,
it.
it's just the standing room. So many places are standing room now, and only because
like
there's not enough
want
people
to do
going.
that whole let's just run around and shove each other, but like there's always people in there just flailing. It's like it's hard to have both at the same time because how do you manage one without getting a fist in the back of the head?
Yeah.
You don't.
I feel like there is like people still try to section it off though like that. Like it's weird. I've seen multiple
rare.
pits. I've seen where there'll just be one pit and then like, the very front people are the ones jumping up and down and kind of pushing each other while the open pit is the people doing the fucking spin and shit. But like
I've seen a couple of like pretty big shows where the pit opens up and the people will do their circle pit and mosh. but there'll be a big area where like the center of the circle pit has your arm flowers, your leg kickers.
Yeah.
No, and they're in the center. Why everyone just runs around them?
I've seen the circle pit too, where like they're going in the circle and there's still just a crowd standing there still.
That's that was the best seat for I saw Bad Religion in some venue, but the best place for me to stand, because I'm of course 5 feet, is in the middle of the pit while people run around so that I can get as close as possible.
Yeah. My favorite thing about when the pit opens up like that is when two people get in the middle screaming the words at each other. That's just awesome.
Now, like from a playing perspective, what like have you seen anything like transpire from the crowd? You had any like relation to that based off of how you would enjoy the concert?
Say that again?
Like when you're up on stage and like think about how like you as like a fan sit there and you're rallied up, whether it's pit or you're just jumping and doing your thing. When you're up on stage, like have you noticed people putting like that same special energy that you feel like you would have, but towards yourself?
Sometimes, yeah.
Now, do you like encourage that? Do you like lean back into it or?
Absolutely. I mean, why would I not encourage it?
Of
That's
course.
like, yeah, I mean, if that's what you're feeling, then yeah, let me fucking know. And if you give me that energy, I'm going to give you way more energy back. And it's just going to be multiplying. You know what I
You
mean?
ever seen something that like maybe made you laugh and almost like messed you up a little
Oh,
bit?
absolutely. Absolutely. Shit, the first time I even played in like a real like band and played a show, I actually dropped my stick. And the craziest part was that when I dropped it, it kind of just spun around all of the drums in front of me instead of rolling off. And I kind of just tossed my stick from one hand to the other and then scooped the rolling one with my other hand. I missed maybe like 2 or 3 beats, and by the time the guys in the band turned around to see what was going on, I snapped right back into it. And they just turned around and were so confused at what happened. And I was like, that was like the luckiest shit, because I did not have an extra stick. That would have been terrible.
Anyone in the crowd notice? Like, were you looking?
I don't even think so. No. Nah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a quick save.
It was nice. It was nice.
What's the biggest venue you played?
What was that?
Because I know I've seen you play at like bars and stuff.
Was
But
it the Starland Ballroom?
I think it's a Game Changers. I think that's what it's
Game
called.
Changers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like South Jersey or something
Yeah.
like that. It's kind of out in the boonies,
Yeah.
it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
What
little bit out there. I honestly don't remember what direction it's in, but I know that it was like, it wasn't in a very highly populated area. There was like a good amount of
parking?
parking, highway, woods. But yeah, we played with Born of Osiris. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play on their fucking drum set. I had to have mine set up on the side. And I was so sad because damn, it would have been sick to fucking rip up on that kit.
Yeah, but the Martyrs was there. So there was a few bands. They're all pretty big bands.
Yeah.
Like you guys just opening up, and it's fucking stellar, man.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh yeah, we're here. We're opening up for all these big name bands.
And I'm pretty sure that was when I had like the most people that I even knew actually come out to one of the shows at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like,
oh, yeah.
I think that's the only time that like my dad was there. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was.
And they were up at the front, and I was like, okay, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Respect for that.
I still remember Dakota ended up having a little bitch fit. So like we went out afterwards, like after portraying the Martyrs, and apparently they had like some firecrackers they were lighting up and having fun. So they lit some and like threw them over, and they blew up like not too far of Dakota. And it's let's go healing travel. It's like this crazy fucking.
It's crazy actually that you say that, because that was when I was with Emily and she was there with me, and like it was actually, I don't think it was Betraying the Martyrs. I'm pretty sure it was Born of Osiris. Although they could have been both doing it together or randomly at different points, but I'm pretty sure they came off the Born of Osiris bus and they like threw firecrackers at us.
It was fucking hilarious.
But it sent her into a full-on panic attack.
Her too?
Yeah. Well, no, she had a panic attack because she has like super anxiety with shit like that. And so like, yeah, it sent her into a full-on panic attack, and like that shit sucks for that. You don't fucking deal with it.
I'm just getting like, oh, that was fucking hilarious.
Right?
He's like, having a freak out, like, dude, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember that too. Also, that show was one of the shows where one of the dudes we knew from Philly, this dude had a backpack on, and I'm like, bro, why are you in the mosh pit with a backpack? And he's like, well, I gotta fucking carry this shit somehow. I'm like, what? And he fucking pulled a big ass bong out of the backpack. Like the backpack was literally as long as the bong. Like they were the same length. And he just had it stuffed in, and this dude was moshing with it. Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're insane,
You have
bro.
like water and stuff in it?
No, but he had a water bottle to put the water. Yeah, he was prepared, dude. He fucking awesome. I have a picture with those.
Meanwhile, I have a bong, and it breaks every other fucking day because I can't
At home.
Yeah, I can't keep it safe at home.
This dude's taking it out to the fucking show and moshing with it, bro, like a maniac.
He'll be a good dad.
I just want a great.
I don't know about that. I mean, that's like a yes and no kind of situation. Yes, because it made it back in one piece, but no, because that's way too dangerous of a situation.
Yeah, my ass would start bringing the backpackers to secure all my stuff because the amount of times that I have been in the pit and lost my phone, my keys, my wallet,
That's
money,
why
like all that shit. It's crazy.
every time I see a band selling those drawstring bags, I buy one because they're usually cheap. And if you want to buy a bunch of merch while you're there, you can stuff all the merch in that. Any of your other shit that's important, just like hook it on your back. And if you're really worried, you can do the cross shit where you cross it across your chest.
Or you just do what I do and pay like $4 and do the code check and just give it
A
all to
lot
them.
of places around here don't have code check.
That is true.
A lot of places. You know what was dope though? When I went to Australia, they had a code check, and then I went and bought more merch, and they even let me check like my merch.
What, the show in Australia?
Yeah,
I didn't
tell
hear
you
about that. No.
Dude.
So, for reference, we went to California together, and then from there,
We did go to a couple shows there.
Yeah,
but from there,
That
you
was
went,
also
One with
fun.
you, one without you.
yeah. And so, all right, so
but from there, you went to Australia and we went home.
yeah. So, well, the first day that I was in Australia, I don't know how I pulled this shit off, but I slept for half of the 16-hour flight there without waking up. Like, we got up in the air, and I was like, damn, I left all my cool shit that I can play with in my backpack, which I stowed up there already. And I was like, I don't want to bother the girl right next to me to get up already. So I'm like, I'm just going to lean back, close my eyes, and relax for a little bit. I ended up passing the fuck out, and I wake up, and like the little screen in front of me had a little arch from where we started to where we were going, and we were already halfway there. And I was like, there ain't no fucking way. I asked Uncle Emmett next to me, I'm like, wait, I was like, did I really sleep that long? He's like, yeah, I don't know how the fuck you did it. I was like, I don't sleep that well in my own bed. And I did it on a fucking airplane. 8 hours straight without waking up. I can't do that in my own bed. That's crazy.
And no drugs?
Yeah, no drugs.
I see.
I don't think it was a full 8 hours, but I did sleep pretty much the entire ride back from California.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to tell the audience why. But it half.
So basically, when we got there, it was pretty early in the morning, so we ended up like going for a walk, and we walked from our hotel all the way down to the Sydney Opera House. And it was a solid like 30-minute walk there, but it was nice, and we saw a lot of cool shit.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Like what we did in California.
And so, yeah. And so when I was there, I was like, this kind of like inspired me. Like, I should try to I need to try to go to shows around here. And I really wanted to go to local shows around there. And I started looking up venues, and I couldn't really find any nearby. And I ended up seeing Census Fail was playing literally the next day.
Oh,
And I was like, there's no fucking way. How much is the fucking ticket?
yeah.
And it was the tour for Let It Enfold You, like reunion. So they were playing the whole thing. And yeah,
I love shows where bands just like rip through the whole album.
dude, I scooped up the ticket so fucking fast, and I went there the next day. I met quite a few cool ass people there. In fact, the one girl that I met in the pit, we kind of had that moment where like we were just going hard in the song, kind of saw each other and locked in and was going at it. It was so cool. And she ended up inviting me to this fucking bar that her friend owned.
Nice.
She's got a bunch of free drinks for the whole night. Yeah, it was
That's
awesome.
fucking cool,
Yeah.
man.
She even was gonna take.
Isn't it nice to be pretty?
The shitty part is she actually invited to take me down to the beach with the other dudes that we met there, like a couple days after the show. And I ended up getting sick. I'm pretty sure it was fucking COVID, but I ended up getting sick, and I was way too sick to go because I was like, I feel like shit. And if I got all y'all sick, I'd feel even worse. Like, thank you so much. If we can go another day, I would love to, but we didn't end up getting to, so that kind of sucks. But, yeah, I got a bunch of the fucking merch from that show. And then when I came back to Jersey, I bought the tickets for the show that they were going to do in Jersey in a couple weeks. And I went there and I bought a bunch more. I saw the same show twice. I'm like, I'm not scared. It was awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Not to repeat you, but yeah, for real it is though.
Although the funny part is when I was looking for the local bands or the local shows, I couldn't find any local shows at all. But I saw this link to this band called the Suitcase Cult, and I checked them out on Instagram, but like I didn't really expect to see them, and they didn't say they had any shows. Fucking lo and behold, I'm walking through Chinatown over there, and there's this fucking like 2-piece band playing, and I walk past, and I'm pretty sure the first time I walked past, they were fucking playing Take Me Out, which is like low key hilarious. And I'm like, I remember that fucking song. That's how I heard that first on like the first Guitar Hero way back in the day, kind of shit. I'm like, that takes me back, you know? And then I walked back again and they were playing, I'm pretty sure they were playing I Don't Love You by My Chemical Romance. And like, dude was hitting it. And I was like, yo. And I ended up sitting down and he just started playing all these fucking emo songs for me. And I was like, dude, fuck yeah. I got up and I was talking to them and like, they were really cool dudes. They apparently got a drummer recently and they've been like doing little shows here and there because I've been following them on Instagram. But yeah, they're dope. They do a lot of good covers and bro has a really good voice. Honestly, I don't know if they have any of their own stuff. Hopefully now that they got like a drummer and everything, they'll start making their own stuff, if anything. But actually, it's about time to check back in on them and find that out, I think, actually. So I'll probably do that later. But yeah, they were really cool guys too. And like I said, they played a bunch of emo songs for me. At one point, they were like, "Oh, you know this song?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "All right, man." They started playing it. I was like, "Hey, sweet." I recorded a bunch of the videos. It was nice.
You missed a pretty crazy night on that night you left. So like that. So the night before, we all went to the whiskey, checked that out. Awesome venue. I have my own qualms. I got yelled at by the bouncer, but apparently just hanging out on the carpet. Like, you have to be on the hardwood floor. I wasn't really a fan of that. I would like to be able to have the ability to step aside if I don't want to be involved with the crowd.
I think that the real reason for that was because they just wanted a path to the bathroom that was like over there in the corner. And like that little
go sit at one of the seats or something.
Yeah,
they tried forcing me back.
They were kind of hard on staying on the wood floor if you were going to be like watching down there. It was very weird. I definitely agree with you on that.
Sound was great there.
The sound there was magical, actually. Yeah. As someone who's played a lot of different venues and like also seen them, the sound there was so good that you could hear every instrument like perfectly blended together and it didn't hurt your ears. The volume wasn't fucking blasting and like I stayed there for the whole show. I know that you guys left a little bit early and I caught up.
Stairs for a little while and watched on top. Like it was pretty chill. We saw some.
I stayed there.
Like Simmons, like
there was a fat Kiss member.
Oh, I think he saw that guy.
Yeah,
he was pretty. He's
fat Kiss
smart, dude. It was awesome.
He was really
then eventually, after that dude yelled at me, though, I was like, and then I just went outside. The bouncer out there, he's all metal vested up.
Oh, yeah, he was cool as fuck. He was
like,
cool as fuck.
Like, you should go down the Rainbow. That's Lemmy's bar. And that's how we ended up down there. And then eventually we hit you up, and then you finished your concert down there. We had a fucking banging ass time down at the Rainbow.
And my ears, when I left after being there for the whole show, my ears didn't even hurt. They weren't ringing or nothing. Yeah. That's how crazy good the sound was there. That like they had perfect balance and acoustics without it being too loud. Like,
legendary for a reason.
Yes, like after being there once, I need to play a fucking show there. I need to play a show.
I was hearing about all the years, and you go there and you're like, well, it's smaller than what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's not that big.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. Don't get me wrong, but like you would think,
probably why so much crazy
fucking blades.
Probably why so much crazy shit happened.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Very intimate. So
everybody's up
against each other's face, and something happens. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
But then that next night, so like after you left, we ended up finding another show. I don't even really remember what the venue was. It was just some place in Hollywood. It was kind of a bar venue, whatever. But we ended up seeing some heavier stuff there. It was a good show, but it was just very different. So like, number one, the scene out there is just not what it is out here. So there's a lot of people who are there almost not even like for the music, kind of almost more just to hang out. It felt like we ended up talking to a few people who were even just like weirded out by how we
when you were just enjoying the music and kind of
just how we knew all these bands and like we seen all these shows and also just the way that we talk to them, like we're so real and direct, and we're just fucking like punch and blah blah. And like all that shit didn't really exist there. Even like at one point, there was a guy who was like the guitarist of one of the bands in their black metal band, and he would come off the stage and try and mosh with people, and everyone would get upset. And he would mosh with me, and I'd be like, fuck you, dude. And each other back and forth. And then, like, he finished playing. We ended up talking a whole bunch. He gave me some band recommendation. We're talking. He's like, the scene's not the same out here.
Yeah, the scene on the West Coast they're all very, very chill. And, like, it makes sense that the fucking weed But like, there's also a lot of like really chill type bands that have come out of there.
Sublime.
Yeah, like
You're going for metal. Like, you would expect what you're getting. Like,
but like, think about how the scene is around here. How many fucking people at a punk show look way more like metalheads than like just punks?
That's pretty true,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And like,
both punk and metal. I mean, metal.
they do go very hand in hand, yes.
Like,
But the style and the look is quite different.
more like,
And I
go
feel
to
like
pop
you see a
punk
lot
when you see a lot of
more.
metal. That's where
Yeah,
it's like crazy.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. When you
Like
go to the
regular
more
punk,
punk
like
stuff,
this.
you still see a lot more like metal style people than straight up just like punk styled people.
Yeah. I mean,
But they're also
myself,
just
for example, like I kind of grew up a little bit with that because of you. And then, I mean, granted, I knew metal first, but like you got me into all that. I started going to a lot of that. And then now, you know, I pretty much stick to metal, but like it's still, the realm's the same.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're going to
Like it's exactly what we were talking about with the pit stuff earlier. It's like the whole realm is generally the same. But yeah, the West Coast, they're just nice. Like when me and Josh were hanging out, I think it was that same last night at the bar. There was this, or no, it was the night that you met that lady at the bar who you were talking to.
That was Rainbow. That was
Oh, I thought it was a different night for a second.
Remember when I offered that other lady drugs?
I like that. That's where we go.
He really did the Irish.
It was a good story, though.
bitch home with
It
him.
was funny.
And she was like, no, and he was like, what about drugs? Well, what about drugs? If you want drugs.
The worst part,
It was not that.
It was kind of bad.
It was not that bad.
the worst part is he was offering my shit.
Yeah.
Give her
He
my
was
drugs.
all- He didn't have the drugs. It was all his drugs.
And we're never going to say what it was.
This-
We don't need to talk about it.
Hey, don't tell
But
me.
like, just the fact that you're offering out my stuff.
I mean, I was
Respect. I gotta give him respect for it.
To be honest, I would have gave it to him.
That's what I was gonna say too. If you would have came and been like, "Yo, bro, she gonna come back with us for me, but I gotta give her a little bit of your drugs. Is that cool?" You would have been like, "Fuck yeah, you." I got 100% to do that. Yeah.
Actually, what he would have said was, "You fucking dickhead," and then he would have given it to.
Then I would have found you on the ballot. Yeah.
Good job, boy.
Yeah, dude at the bar that me and Josh were talking to, he at one point was like, "Man, I got the funniest joke to say about Josh," and we were just like, "Say it," and he was like, "Nah, it's too mean."
No, I
Like,
can't do it. You can't do it.
we egged him on for like 10 minutes to say the shit. He never said it. When he finally said it, I'm pretty sure he lied and just said some bullshit to not actually say
We were saying some awful stuff about me, just
Yeah.
to get him to
Yeah.
understand that I don't
Uh-huh.
give a shit.
Uh-huh.
I don't care.
And you know what's crazy?
Wait, what you got?
Well,
The guy who looked like, remember him and his girl were like decked out and all this like
Oh,
bullshit. They looked like they had a lot of crap. I don't know how to explain it.
that was a fantastic explanation.
Thank you.
I know.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about,
Covered-
though.
I don't
This
think
girl wanted to, like, almost kind of go
I guess a
home,
different
and we
guy.
were trying to convince him to go down there with us. and-
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he ended up showing up, too, with her. They ended up going.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but they did.
I remember.
He said something to me, and he bought me a drink, bought you guys a drink.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
they were
buying us all drinks and everything.
Yeah, they were
It was a good
cool.
fucking time, man.
But yeah, when I went to Australia, though, now the people in Australia are the same way. It was hilarious because the people, they did to me what we did to him, bro. When I was at the concert, yeah, like I was at the concert and like I went outside to smoke and like just look around, try and find some chill people. And so like I found these two people and I'm talking to them. And yeah, dude, like I was just being like friendly because I was like, I want to kind of fucking get to know him a little bit. Like, why start fucking ragging on him and fucking with him immediately? Like,
Yeah.
like
I'm trying to make friends here.
yeah, like we got to be friends a little bit before we get to that. And then like at one point, like they started trying to tell me like, nah, bro, like say some mean shit. Like I want to hear you say some mean shit. And I was like, what? I was like, why though? And he was like, cause that's how we are. And I was like, what? I was like, wait. I was like, you mean the whole like you express your love through hatred shit? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh my god. I'm like, I'm with my people again. I'm with my people.
Is this New Jersey?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, that's awesome. I was like, this validifies all the wants that I ever had to move to Australia. Like, they're just like me. I'm so happy. They're real. They just dickheads and they don't care.
Love that shit. I remember when we were at that last show before we left California. There was the one dude, he was fucking blind.
The one who, yeah, I was gonna say the one who.
Yeah, and I kept going like, dude, come on, give me something. He's like, I can't. And I'm like, dude,
You tried to get him to punch you.
I don't. Oh yeah, dude.
You tried to.
You did though.
Well, no. What they don't understand is that he said, "I'm a pacifist,"
Oh,
and then you were like, "Punch me," and he was like, "I'll do it," and then his friends were like, "You can't do that. You're a pacifist," and he's like, it's not the same.
And I was like, but it's agreed upon, so just do it.
And he was like, "No, I'm gonna do it." They were like, "You can't do it."
I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
That's metal as fuck.
It's funny.
That's metal. How do you hit for a blind guy? How was the accuracy?
It was good, but like,
Yeah, it hurt me.
legitimately, like, tunnel vision's fine. Like, 100%, it's like 95%. So he has like a tiny little dot of vision like this that he can see out of.
He's got 007 vision when it closes in the beginning.
On you, you know, like it's like a Kodak lens, you know?
He's got a Kodak lens.
Just almost shut.
That dude was fucking chill though, man.
It's really cool.
So like we before we even went into the show, me and Josh were outside waiting, not even sure if we were at the right fucking place. And we were just out there, and eventually this dude came over, and he ended up having a death shirt. It's like, no, the fuck?
You're not in Florida.
So we ended up just like bullshitting for a bit, like me and him, and eventually they just kept hanging out. I was like, yeah, they're here. We're in the right place. So eventually, you know, I lift my sleeve and show my death tattoo, and he just looks at me weird. I'm like, what? What's going on? He's like, you know, he's fucking blind. And so like time goes by, and I'm just like, fuck these things. Like,
Why didn't you?
yeah, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he's looking at me, like, what the fuck? And then we in the show, and I was like, anyway, dude, like, I try and say something, like, showing you, like, outside, like, that, and then I was like, he's like, what are you showing? I'm like, what do you mean, what am I showing? And then he was like looking, like face up to my arm, and he was like, oh, shit. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, what do you think I've been? I'm trying to show you how fucking side. And he's like, dude, I'm blind. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
It's not like he had a cane or anything. He wasn't, no glasses, no nothing. No really glasses, but.
He did have glasses, but it wasn't necessarily for being
Right.
blind. That's just like normal blindness. I'm not, you know.
Being able to see.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it really blew my mind. It was like, oh, fuck. Like, I wasn't trying to be. Man, the amount of time that I've, like, just run around fucking shows looking for people who are into death. Even at that fucking punk show you took me to, I still remember going up to random tables of people and being like, what's up, you guys metalheads?
You were also like completely wasted.
Yeah,
That was
Motherfucker was puking out the window of my car.
Was that the same show you were throwing people in the pit?
Oh, you know, at the same show that they were giving him his money and his wallet back, and he thought that he was king of the pit, and they were giving him tips to do like this guy.
That's awesome. No. I think we need to hear this.
I was like, oh, shit.
And then he's telling me all about it in the car between throwing up out the window and shit, and he was all hyped about it. Next day, all hungover, he's like, bro, I don't think they were giving me tips. I think they were just giving me my money back because, like, I got my wallet in my pocket, but there's no money in it, but I have money in my pocket. And I'm pretty sure it's my money.
So I guess I was like kicked out of that pit.
Yeah.
Security walked me outside. And then I tried asking to go back in just to take a piss, and he was like, no, you're not allowed. So I ended up pissing on the building in front of them. This was like a fuck you. And then I remember the concert ended. I'm waiting for you, and there's people, so many people coming out. And they're like, where's Ken? But one by one, they're like, oh, metal guy, oh, dude, this guy, metal guy. And I'm just like, I'm remembering every person from this fucking concert until I finally, like, I didn't realize how hard I, like, proclaimed metal to these fucking people.
You were spreading the gospel. You were out there on a mission.
Like, it was fucking wild, dude. The amount of people that would come out and be like, oh, shit, it's him. And I'm like, oh, no, you.
We had fun.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
That's always fun.
There's nothing better, dude. Taking a bunch of pop punk kids and I'll just breaking that barrier between that punk and metal. It's one of the best things in the world because, I mean, even myself, like I said, I've been into the pop punk at times. And also, I love traditional punk. Like, I love punk. Like, the Exploited, fucking, give me some Rancid, some Minor Threat. Like, I can go on for a long-ass fucking time. But metal was founded by punk. And, like, I hate when people can't see the comparison between the two. Like, I want to bridge that gap. Because it's really just harder punk. Like, there's some almost guaranteed.
Well, punk is just harder
some
rock.
stuff you'll like.
And that rock is just harder jazz. And then
I feel like Sum 41's later stuff, when they got their lead guitarist from back in the day back again, I feel like that's actually a really good representation of what you're saying, because like they have very pop punk songs, but they also have very metal songs. In fact, the final album that they put out is like Heaven Hell, and it's literally like a 2-disc CD, and the one disc is basically like a bunch of pop punk songs, and then the other disc is a bunch of like fucking like almost metalcore songs, basically. And yeah, like they are definitely sitting together. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's really not that hard to bring it from one to the other.
Yeah. Plus, like, think about it. Like, the drums are basically doing the same, just slightly different things at different points.
Depending on the extent of the metal, yeah. I mean, if you get into like the super extreme stuff, I mean, you're just going fucking crazy. You know what's going on there.
But that original like pop punk theme, that's like in like so many fucking like metal songs.
Exactly.
There's so many fucking like metal songs.
Oh yeah, I mean, thrash is almost a direct derivative from fucking punk.
Yeah.
Like if you look at thrash, their drum beats are almost exactly the same as punk beats.
Oh yeah.
It's harder and
That's just adding a little more distortion. They're just going a little heavier on the vocals. Like it's but that's also why I love both.
I mean, I started in pop punk.
I mean, I
Sally Collins,
in metal.
Bad Religion. I mean, Bad Religion's still my favorite band of all time anyway, so that'll never change. There's nothing. They have, what, like 12 perfect albums? I mean, I've never had a band that.
I like how you're like, also like,
you know,
Well, I don't know if I should count the one that is objectively bad.
well, I mean,
I do love it, yeah. It's amazing.
you know what? As a
fuck what I want to
if
say.
you think
That's
they
true.
have 12 fucking good albums, bro, like,
There might be more.
like, I'm kind of jealous.
They're almost all perfect.
12. Like,
They're almost all perfect for me.
I wish any band that I listen to that I really fucking like could pump out
I don't.
12 good albums. Like,
I-
most bands sell out by the third album, bro. It's sad these days.
Either my favorite bands, either they don't have enough albums for me to say that, or B, there are albums within the mix that I would say aren't perfect.
Yeah, I can't think of a single one where I go, every single song on this I would listen to, except the Christmas album. Imagine that. I'm not a fan of the Christmas album. But, you know.
That's a fair argument. Then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to hear Hark the Angels.
Although, to be fair, I do find it weird that a band named Bad Religion would have
I think that's the point. That was the point.
I mean, it's ironic, but like, did they change the words or were they just doing the song?
I think they just did the song.
And that's fucking retarded.
I mean,
I'm just saying, realistically.
The truth of it is that it's a secret backdoor to money because it's Christmas music. That means that it's going to get played a fuckload probably around Christmas time. And
well, all your fans,
But you can do your own rendition.
but you got
your
to.
own special.
That's
ones.
true.
Like,
that's true.
like personally, one of my favorite bands is Karak Unger, and they do Symphonic Blackman, and I want nothing more but a Christmas album that's like based off of like Krampus, like some dark.
I feel like
symphonic.
I feel like we can find that. That probably exists already now.
I feel like
No, I won't do that.
All right, well, then you understand.
Fuck. Yeah. They are one of my favorite fucking bands. And I know they can do it, and I know it would sound fucking amazing. But like, I just don't want.
Well, you want their sound?
like Christmas songs. Like, I don't want those.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, even when I've looked up like metal songs for Christmas, like Spotify puts out a playlist every year, and I'm like, this is a lot of just Christmas songs with just made metal. Like, I don't want that. I want them to make their own that have a like holiday influence, but they're unique, original.
Yeah, I feel that.
There's
That's
one
about it.
band that did it, and I can't even remember who they are anymore. I tried looking them back up on YouTube. They had this live concert they did. It was fucking awesome. No idea what it is. It's completely lost the time.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Harsh.
I've looked for the last like 2-3 years, and I could never find it.
Well,
I got a song like that, and it just came back into my mind recently, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could fucking figure out
Well, that's
what
actually-
that was.
I was going to say that's perfect because I wanted to do, for the end of this, as we are at the end, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Like, kind of was a pleasure.
Glad to be here, gentlemen.
To wrap it up, I wanted to do something new. I wanted to do a song of the episode. So the first song that pops into your head,
Yeah, give us something for our
something for our listeners to enjoy. Yeah.
I mean, does it have to be new or old?
I don't give a shit. It's a song that you pick.
They should listen.
It's not a fashion.
Don't give me some country, I swear to fuck.
It's not a fashion statement. It's a Death Wish by MCR. Top tier MCR song, probably their best one.
Good choice.
Goes hard, goes soft. It's good. It's yeah.
Perfect.
It's
Y'all heard you here. Check it out. And of course, check out our RSS feed. See us on Spotify, on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts.
Wherever podcasts are, you should find us. And if you don't, look harder.
And if you haven't found us, I'm wondering how you're listening to this.
That's a good point.
Have a good one, y'all.
Peace.